What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube, and this is a no intro. You know, I've been doing these all year long, but I want to talk about this because this is a problem that I see in communities. Now, of course, you know, not too many people have eyes on Microsoft to really care about this. But I'm speaking about Nintendo and Sony fan bases alike. Now, if I recall, last year, Nintendo fans gave Nintendo crap about Pokemon Sword and Shield. All year long, it's still going on. Okay? Gave Nintendo crap about these partner directs. It's still going on, even though we just had a good one. You know, Nintendo fans still give Nintendo crap. You know, give crap about the Pikmin stuff, about Paper Mario. You know, this year alone, about Mario 3D All Stars. Y'all know that Nintendo fans give Nintendo criticism a lot, and a lot. I mean, Nintendo has been getting cussed out for years. Even when they do good, they still get cussed out. You know, that's how Nintendo fans are, you know. We may be buying their games, but we are saying it with a voice, alright? So, what this video is about is how everybody likes to say that Nintendo fans don't say nothing to Nintendo. How Nintendo fans don't do nothing against Nintendo. Man, they think that Nintendo fans praise Nintendo like the sun in the heaven. But we don't. You know, we have seen multiple accounts where Nintendo fans have got up in rage over Nintendo, have told Nintendo off. I went to the pages, you know, to the point where Nintendo had to block comments before. You've seen that, you know. I'm pretty sure the Metroid fan base told you, Star Fox fan base told you. I'm pretty sure that the Wii U crowd done told them all. Pokemon done told them all. You know, different specters. You know, and now even the Mario fan base, the most quiet fan base, and this fan base accepts anything Mario. I mean, sure, they get mad and upset over, like, Mario Party, but they don't sweat it because it's not being allowed Mario. We're talking about Mario Collection here that should have been grander than it should have been, than what it was released as, you know? But Nintendo fans still don't say nothing. We fussed Nintendo out for the limited release, the bare bonus of the collection. Now, even though some of us already bought it. But then I look back and I turn back and I look at the Sony fan base. You feel me? I'm seeing Sony lie to their consumers, overcharge them for games. I mean, that's more than what Nintendo has done. You know, in recent years, you know, you remember when they were talking about no cross play? You know, it lasted for about all 24 hours and went away. You know, only reason they started doing it because and now with this backwards compatibility stuff, nobody's saying nothing on the matter. You know, it's important to have backwards compatibility just in case somebody buys a new console and doesn't have nothing they like, so they can continue their library on. But nobody's not saying anything about it. Nobody's not saying anything about none of this stuff. Because why? Sony gets passes, you know. Nobody didn't say nothing about Days Gone and Average Game. When they was getting all these 80s and 90 games, Days Gone comes in with a 71 on Metacritic, I believe it was. 71 or 79, I don't know. It was a lower game. It was somewhere in the 70s that game was. Fans still bought it and thought it deserved a deserved a 10 out of 10, you know? That's the kind of stuff. You know, and then with The Last of Us 2, I thought people was enraged about the story, you know, but I guess not, because everybody swept that under the rug too. So what I'm trying to say is, Nintendo fans, we do speak vocal against Nintendo sometimes. But when I look at the Sony fan base, these guys sweep it under the rug in hours. They get mad for a couple of minutes, maybe to an hour or so. They sweep it under the rug. Next day, it's like it never happened. Man. Man, but when I look at this, man, the complaint is you cannot just say Nintendo fans don't say nothing or do nothing or don't complain to Nintendo when your fan base ain't doing nothing. It's just a rant that, because I see it on Twitter all the time, Nintendo fans don't say nothing. Nintendo fans buy anything Nintendo. Nintendo fans, you know, worship Nintendo. You know, all that stuff. But I don't never see a Sony fan complain. You know, they was complaining with the PS5 stuff last week, but how often do you see it now? Who's complaining now? I read a post last night that said, like, people are happy to buy $70 PS4 games. PS5 games, I meant. PS5 games. I'm sitting like, how y'all gonna let them upcharge you out of nowhere like this? They're like, don't care. Y'all still buy them. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? I'm pretty sure Nintendo tried to push that $70 model. Actually, yeah, with the Switch cartridges, they kind of sort of did, because Switch cartridges was costing more. You know, the more data they needed for their games, the more that the Switch cartridge costs. Or how about the half on cartridge, half download stuff? No, fans was getting Nintendo butt about that. But you see what I'm talking about, people. I feel like that we've been falsely accused of not saying enough to Nintendo, or not doing enough for against Nintendo. When I see fan bases literally sweep everything their company does on the rug. Is it because it's Nintendo? Is that's the reason why? Is it because it's Nintendo? Like, I'm sitting here trying to think, why do you think we brush everything Nintendo do under the rug? I mean, yeah, we buy their games, but it comes with a lot of vocal complaining. You know, you see their fan bases actively trying to get people not to buy the games that they don't like. Heck, did you see the Pokemon community? What they did with Sword and Shield? Are you kidding me? I mean, they got pissed at Byleth. It's been a controversial year for Nintendo all year long. But who else has a controversial year? Not Microsoft, not Sony. Like I said, Microsoft fan base don't pay attention to Microsoft enough to know that there's controversial issues with that console. Sony fans brush it all over the rug, and the thing though. It's just the fact that I'm tired of people saying us Nintendo fans don't give Nintendo enough criticism. Feel me? I love all the consoles. Sony, Microsoft, you know, even though I don't like the direction that Sony took their games with the PS4, all this realism, cinematic crap, I didn't like all that. That's my biggest complaint to them. I didn't like their direction. They didn't know how to have fun with their games. Even when they tried to have fun with their games like Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, it's still that cinematic bull stuff that's still there. What I'm trying to say is this, man. Don't go pointing the finger at other communities when you're not doing enough in your communities. I have gotten Nintendo's butt about these Wii U ports. Gotten their butts about Pokemon a little bit, you know. I'm going to get in their butt about Mario, because I had a Mario collection. I paid $6 for it. I think I warranted that complaint. But yeah, though, it's your boy Kahuna Silver. I've done enough, you know, crying. Most people might say I've done enough crying, but the truth is that, man, y'all don't say nothing to Sony. Y'all don't say nothing to Microsoft. But Nintendo fans, we always say something to Nintendo. I'm out. Deuces.